Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I've got a message for Sagittarius today. To let you know how it works, I've talked to my guides and to Spirit and asked them to bring forth a message through the cards that's going to be deeply meaningful for you as you journey on your spiritual path this week. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you very strongly to do so because it really is awesome to keep in contact with this information every week. Information from the other side, from spirit, from source that really helps you keep on the right direction. So if in the course of this reading you feel compelled to like or comment, that's awesome. I always love to hear from you. And let's get started. You're reinventing my spread. I drew an extra card and they told me to put it in a different position than I would have actually put it. So okay. The energy around you this week is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the energy of potentials, of is it the right time? What should I be doing? What should I be taking? So it's like we're not quite making a decision yet. We're still trying to feel out if it's the right timing. But what I want you to take away from this card is the idea of possibilities. Okay, now the way you respond to this is the star looking at the lovers. Now, this to me screams authenticity, that you're finally saying, I'm ready to be my authentic self with no mask. And the star is kind of like that coming home to yourself, coming home to your soul. The lovers talks about what you're valuing. So you're literally saying, I value my soul. I value my true self. I value being aligned with my true self, with my true purpose. And that's a choice that you're making. That's a possibility you're making, a decision you're making. And so there's a different, I think, there's a different perspective or a different aspect that maybe you haven't considered, which is going to come up in a second in the advice. It's a lot of you are already like, yeah, I'm me. I am who I am my authentic self. But there's a facet of that you maybe haven't considered or needs to be developed a little bit more. So let's get into that right now. We've got the Death card going into the Queen of Pentacles, going into the Two of Cups. So this is literally talking about transforming your relationship with the earth, with Mother Earth. And I asked my guides, is this a person? Is it like a sister, mother energy? And they were like, no, think bigger, think more expansively. This is the earth plane. So we're talking about redoing your relationship with the earth plane. And like, oh my God, what does that mean? So this is talking about really understanding what you can bring to the earth, how you can come down to earth and manifest earthly things through the power of your authentic self. This is not something that you've maybe thought about because a lot of you are kind of very idealistic in what you want to achieve. And you're kind of out here, floating up here, and you don't often bring your desires down to the earth. And they're talking about trying to really develop that more symbiotic relationship with the earth and with the earth energy. Let me see if they can give me a little bit more, because I feel like that's the outline, but we're not like in there yet. So just give me a second. This means for a lot of you releasing the desire to be taken care of, that your desire to take care of yourself becomes paramount at this time for you. It also has to do with the giving and taking between you and the earth, understanding that the earth is here to support you. So any practice you can do to be more grounded, anything you can do to get more in touch with nature, and really something that reminds you that your feet are on the ground, that you're not just flying off into wherever you want to be. Because this is not just about saying, I am my authentic self, I'm aligned with my authentic self. That's a beautiful idea. This is, how do I get that authentic self to express itself on earth? How can I make myself understood? How can I make myself real? How can I make myself, my authentic self, tangible on this earth? It's so seductive to get pulled away by ideas and to get pulled in by ideals and the way things could be, and abstract theories and concepts that are just kind of all in your head, all those philosophies that I know you love to do. But for some reason this week your soul is like, here, get out of this for a second and get down into the feeling, get down into the sensations, get down into receiving information from the earth. It's I'm having a hard time because I don't feel like they're taking me like right into the middle of this message. I feel like they're giving me this so that you can fill in the blanks of what that means for you, which for me as a reader is very frustrating because I want to know the details of what all is going on. But let's see if we can pull out some more. This is also the commitment to nurture that desire to become the authentic self, to be your authentic self, and to understand that you have to nourish this relationship consistently and constantly. You can't just say it. You can't just feel it. You can't just do that one week and then the next week you're doing something else. This is something you have to do over and over and over. And oh, okay, it's finally coming through. So, in this idea of choosing your authentic self and becoming true to who you are and not who you think you should be or who everybody else wants you to be or the person you have to be to please other people, this is saying that who you are does actually nourish the earth. So that's really funny. So the truth of who you are, that heart-centered person that blossoms and expands and takes in joy, that actually nourishes the earth. There's nothing else you have to do to give back to the earth except to be your true self. For some reason, it's when you're not your true self, your soul can't get done what it wants to do, and the earth suffers because of that. So I think they're highlighting this aspect of the earth because that's not really where you like to live a lot of the times. You like to live up here in the beauty and in the ideas and the sparks and the excitement. It doesn't actually come down to the practical aspect of, wait a second, when I'm my true self, I benefit the environment, I benefit the energy of the earth, I nourish the people around me. There's a more connected, simple kind of truth that is, it's actually a big truth though, I think. You know, the fact that being your authentic self nurtures a planet, it's a crazy thought to me, but they're wanting you to bring yourself down to the earth plane to stay here, to do what you have to do to get things done, because there's a lot of uplifting you have to do. So this is really transforming that relationship again with the earth, with what that means to be on the earth for you. And instead of feeling tied down, or yeah, tied down is a good word. Instead of feeling tied down to the earth and like it's stifling your parade or it's raining on your parade, think about how you're nourishing it and how it's nourishing you. You know, it's like the earth isn't a buzzkill. The earth is something that's actually good for you and you're good for it. So this is about those feet, getting those feet firmly planted on the ground this week. And there, someone is having issues with pelvis hip alignment. So that is connected to this idea of not wanting to be on the earth, not wanting to be on the ground. So when I was saying your feet need to be on the ground, they were also saying watch the alignment of the pelvis, watch the alignment of the hips. So if you've been having hip or lower back problems, that's related to this spiritual, psychological desire to not be on the earth. So that's something to meditate on and change. Say, yes, I want to be on the earth. I love being on the earth. I am nourished on the earth, rather than trying and wanting to escape. So if you've got questions on that, please reach out in the comments. And I invite you to check out my website, trueguidancetarot.com. A lot of awesome stuff on there, including the Phoenix Path program, which is personalized guidance to help you self-actualize and live your most authentic and successful life. And you work one-on-one with me. It's a really awesome experience. So invite you to check all that out, and I will see you next time.